Welcome in. Good morning. Hi, Asia. Oh, I have a little fuzzy. Let's see. Today is Friday. Okay, Asia, Ashley. Thank you, Ashley. I've been trying this out all week, so if you turn your phone sideways, you'll be able to see them real big. So I'll hold them up so you can see them clearly. But if I do a detailed reading, you'll be able to see all the cards lining up. Okay, Asia, Ashley. And all week I've been reading from that book when I start out my live. This time I'm going to do it towards the end. So I'll do cards first and then I'll read from the book. And for those of you interested in knowing what book we are reading from, it is this book here. So I'm just going to leave it right here for later. So this time we'll do it towards the end. I'll read from that book. Hi, Farr. Good morning. Let me add you. So this week we had been focusing on the root chakra, which is the energy center that makes up who you are, who you become. So blockages in this area are really important to remove for the rest of your energy to flow. So I think I'm going to keep that intention for today as well, to sort of see what it is that you need to weed out in your life, what's holding you back from being who you are truly meant to be. So I'm back with these cards, the Energy and Spirit Oracle. These are my favorite. Let me shuffle one more. We're going to start with Asia, then I got Ashley and Farr. Asia, you need more of this relaxation, peaceful pursuits, happy times. So you saw this show up like this in reverse, a lack of resting, peacefulness. Now it feels like you've been hey, good morning. It feels like you've just been working a ton because you need to or you have to. Just try any chance you get, try and throw in a nap during your day or 5 or 10 minutes to really relax, like really take a break, really find your peace because you need that to recharge your battery, right? If you're just running around doing everything, you need to remind yourself to take a break. You need to remind yourself to slow down just for a little bit, enough to recharge your battery. Okay, so it's just the feeling I got was just like going and going and going and not slowing down type of thing. So take breaks. If it's mostly up here, breathe, take a nap. Before you take your nap, ask, How does it get better? Ask a question even before your nap, and you're going to rest peacefully. You might dream about it at least 20 minutes. Okay, your nap has to be at least 20 minutes to really take advantage of that energy, that peace, in order for you to really relax your mind. You need to try and get some more rest in to help you settle. So that's for Asia. Okay, let me run back up. Okay, Tanisha and Francis, let me add you. Ashley, you're next. I got you. So I got Ashley, Farr, Tanisha, Francis, Patricia. Ashley is next. Ashley, there's joy and blessings coming your way. This card usually pops up when it's soon, something good coming soon. It's also a reminder. Let me show you this here. To tap into your intuition. This is your gut feelings. This is paying attention if your ear starts ringing, if you get cues, right? Spiritual cues that you're supposed to pay attention. You're supposed to slow down. You're supposed to pause and see what's around you, because it's those moments where we get the ringing in the ears, the gut feelings, or you just feel different, right? In an instance, you're just like, whoa, like you feel something. It's meant for you to slow down, to stop, look, and listen, because that might be your sign of taking a path or listening to somebody to receive your blessings, to receive joy. Sometimes we have joy, blessings, things coming our way, but we miss it, right? We don't even see it, or we don't see it as a blessing. We might see it as something bad. So there's good things coming your way. Be in tune to pay attention to all the signs, to really pause when you feel the need to, because you don't want to miss it ever. But there's good things coming your way. I really love this card. It's got like a bright sun shining, a little bird here. I love this one. Farr. Okay, and Farr for you, also good things, but in the form of justice, karma working its way into fixing a situation, a solution to something that's been happening. Finally, things balancing out. Hey, Jacob, welcome in. Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. So far, whatever you've been going through, whatever answer you've been looking for, things are going to work out. Things are going to balance out. Justice is going to be served. Harmony is going to return towards you. You're going to be okay. Just remember this. Keep your hope up. Keep your energy strong. Things are going to balance themselves out. This is like a karma card. Karma, I always say never worry about anything, whether it's good, whether it's bad. When something goes wrong, when an injustice is done towards you, karma works everything out. Tanisha, oh, just wrote on myself. Good morning, Tanisha. Hey, Tanisha, this is your reminder to pay attention to your guardian angel, to your spirit family. They are there to help you, to support you, to protect you, to guide you. This being in reverse is usually a sign that maybe you haven't tapped in too often, or maybe you haven't felt a really strong connection to this. So, your guardian angel, your spirit family, maybe your crown chakra, your connection to God, um, needs a little boost, right? Remember that you have someone there to guide you. Your guardian angel has been with you your entire life since you were born. Trust your gut feelings. Trust the ringing in your ear. They are always trying to tell you something. When you get those cues, pay attention. That's when they're trying to come in and help you out. That's for Tanisha. Francis. Francis, it's time for you to tap into the nature spirits, the elements. Um, with spring coming our way, if you felt really disconnected, because winter will do that to you, really disconnected from nature, you haven't been able to ground too well, your emotions are kind of all over the place. This is your reminder to connect a lot more with nature. Maybe start a garden, maybe start planting some things here and there. The nature spirits, the elementals. It's time for you to tap in for grounding, for finding your peace. Connecting with plants and trees and nature has this effect on our body that is just so calming and soothing. Grounding is very important for us to bring our emotions down, to really feel, I don't know why I want to say this, release some stress. Like, it really helps us break that up. So tap in, get down and dirty, literally, with nature, planting and putting your hands in some dirt and stuff. It's time. Yeah, yeah, nature, just anything green. I have some aloe up by my window I need to take care of. Um, my plan this year is to get another rose bush. I had one last year, but my cat was a kitten, so that didn't work out. So I'm trying again this year. Just any form of nature you can get. Going out for a walk in the park. Now that it's springtime, take advantage of all that outdoor time you can get in. Let me scroll back up and see if I missed any names. Okay, Patricia. I am gonna take these. So both of these came out, but this one was like this. This is this decisions and guidance and things you need to work out and get into and get help from your guy about your people. kinship, community, your group, the people you care about. I'm smiling because I know what this is towards. I know what this is for. Patricia, let me put these up closer. So this is in reverse. This is your reminder to tap into prophets, ancient seers, your spirit guides, to see how they need to come in for you and help you out with these new choices, this guidance that you need right now about your chosen people, the people you love, the people you care for, the people that care for you back, your group of people. Somehow there is a message that they're trying to give you through this, through your people. Whatever gut feelings are popping in for you, trust those. Go with the energy coming from your guts. I would try and do this. Close your eyes. It feels like it feels like a deep, like low in your gut, like near your belly button. It makes sense why I'm picking it up there. Like it's not heavy, but it's a low, like a strong gut feeling right by the belly button area. That's like the sacral. The sacral is also the love, the passion, relationships with other people. So all that energy is sort of sitting in there. Tap into that energy and see what the message is. See what the message is on how to move forward with what's going on with your people and how you feel about it. That's for Patricia. You know, I have the book right here. Okay, Julie. After Julie's, we're gonna go into the book and I'm gonna show you what shows up on the sacral as far as the questions go. That might help you out. Julie, let me get you a card. I'm always I always get a certain feeling when I get this card. This card being this way signifies that something that was once hidden, so the bottom of the iceberg, the one that's underneath the water, something that was once hidden is going to surface. Information you didn't know before is going to come to light. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's always something you needed to be aware of, but it was hidden from you. Now, I'm trying to tap into the energy for this. It feels like something you already kind of suspected. So I'm also picking this up in the sacral. Let me go into the book. You guys can screenshot this, both Patricia and Julie. Okay, so this week we've been doing the root chakra, but we're going to jump straight into the sacral. And look, let me show you when I talk about when I pick up on certain energies in certain places in my body, this is what I'm talking about. So this is the root here, this is the solar plexus, and this is the sacral. The organs or the area on your body that this is connected to is the abdomen, the stomach, upper intestines, the liver, the gallbladder, kidney, pancreas. Oh, no, sorry, right here. Two. Where I'm picking up on your guys is the sacral. So it's the root, the sacral, the solar plexus. It's the sexual organs, large intestine, lower vertebrae, pelvis, appendix, bladder, hip area. So kind of where the belly button is, but right underneath, like the lower gut area. That's where I'm picking it up on. Um, so mental, emotional issues, the underlying issues that happen when this is off balance or there's a blockage, blame and guilt, money and sex, power and control, creativity, ethics, and honor in relationships. The physical dysfunctions that can be created or happen from sitting with a blockage or imbalance for a long time, chronic lower back pain, sciatica, OBGYN problems, pelvic, low back pain, sexual potency, urinary problems. This is the kind of stuff that could be created from a blockage or imbalance for a long period of time. So let me jump into the questions that you can journal about to kind of help you. So anybody could screenshot these. Right now, specifically, I picked up on that area for both Patricia and Julie. So both of you might really want to benefit from screenshotting these questions and really journaling about them. Okay, so see, it would make sense even to what is currently going on. So this is for the sacral chakra. I'm going to get them as close as I can where they're clear and try and screenshot them. You can journal about these. How do you define creativity? Do you consider yourself a creative person? Do you follow through on your creative ideas? So one way to balance out and begin to balance your sacral is by doing something creative, whether it's music related or painting, drawing, some type of hobby, something that sparks passion, love, and fire into your life. Those sorts of activities that can help heal and balance out your sacral and strengthen it. I'm gonna try and get these as clear as I can. So let me see. Let me hold it right here. How often do you direct your creative energies into negative paths of expression? Do you exaggerate or embellish facts to support your point of view? Are you comfortable with your sexuality? If not, are you able to work toward healing your sexual imbalances? Do you use people? Oh, I don't know if I can say that here. Just read that part. Or have you felt used? Are you strong enough to honor your sexual boundaries? Do you keep your word? What is your personal code of honor, of ethics? Do you negotiate your ethics depending upon your circumstances? Do you have an impression of God as a force that exerts justice in your life? Are you a controlling person? Do you enrage in power plays in your relationships? Are you able to see yourself clearly in circumstances related to power and money? Does money have authority over you? Do you make compromises that violate your inner self for the sake of financial security? How often do survival fears dictate your choices? Are you strong enough to master your fears concerning finances and physical survival? Or do they control you and your attitudes? What goals do you have for yourself that you have yet to pursue? What stands in the way of your acting upon those goals? So all of those questions, I hope you screenshotted them. are going to help you really dig deep into the root of that imbalance, of why you feel a certain way, or why, or what's missing, really, to kind of help you balance this out. The questions in this book, that's why I really love suggesting this book. So each of these chapters here is for each of the chakras. And the questions here help you dissect and introspect and really go dive deep into your mind to try and figure out how to work things out, how to balance things out, and what could possibly be missing that could help you out, if it makes any sense. I couldn't find a PDF for this. I'm sure you could get this at the library. No, or did I find this one? If there's a book, I always look for a PDF on these. This is Anatomy of the Spirit, The 7 Stages of Power and Healing by Carolyn Miss. But really, dive deep with those questions. This whole week, I think it's been Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I started with the root chakra and we ended up here. So the root chakra is the bottom one. So the very bottom by your hip bone, by your tailbone, the very lower back, your legs, your hips, the lower half of your body. If there's an imbalance in your root chakra, that also affects your immune system. It makes you more susceptible to illness. It's not really susceptible, but it makes it a little bit harder for you to fight something off if you catch a cold or if you get something like that, or you just keep a cold longer. When your root chakra is out of balance, that's sort of how it's affected, right? Your immune system is the one that takes the biggest hit, is when your root chakra is out of balance. And that's the lower half. The thing about energy centers, sometimes when it's the bottom 3, okay, so the bottom 3 is from your tailbone, right around your belly button, and right below your rib cage. That is your root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus. So the root is all your beliefs from when you were little, how your parents raised you to be the person who you are now, how society has shaped and formed you, cultures, religion, all those ideas. The sacral is your connection to other people, your relationship, creativity, passion, love, this fire within. And the solar plexus is who you feel like you are, like your confidence level and all that stuff. That's why this book is awesome in giving a detailed description of how things could go right and how they can go bad right off the bat. Let's see, what time is it? If you guys want, I can continue reading the rest of this root chakra thing. I've been doing just a couple pages a day. It would be it'd be like 3.5 pages today until we get here. Okay, so this over here, this part of the root chakra was about society. So, how an entire society can sort of weaken after like a financial collapse and all that stuff. Society as a whole, a large group of people, and how collectively we can all get sick. We can all weaken together. The all-in-one mindset. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna upload this so you can still listen to it later on when you have a chance. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here. So this is the energy consequences of belief patterns. Regardless of the truth of familial beliefs, every one of them directs a measure of our energy into an act of creation. Each belief, each action has a direct consequence. When we share belief patterns with groups of people, we participate in energy and physical events created by those groups. This is the creative, symbolic expression of the sacred truth all is one. When we share support for a candidate running for office and that candidate wins, we feel that our energy and physical support helped. Further, we have some sense that he or she represents our concerns, which in a way of physically experiencing the power of unity in the truth all is one. Carl Jung once remarked, oops, sorry. Carl Jung once remarked that the group mind is the lowest form of consciousness because individuals involved in a negative group action rarely, if ever, accept responsibility for their personal role and action. This reality is the shadow side of the truth all is one. In fact, unwritten tribal law holds that the leaders accept responsibility, not the followers. The Nuremberg trials following World War II are a classic example of the limitations of tribal responsibility. Most of the Nazi defendants on trial for masterminding and conducting the genocide of 11 million people, 6 million Jews, and 5 million others, stated that they were only following orders. No doubt at the time, they were proud of their ability to fulfill their tribal responsibilities, but they were completely unable to accept any personal consequences at the trials. Given the power of unified beliefs, right or wrong, it is difficult to be at variance with one's tribe. We are taught to make choices that meet with tribal approval, to adopt its social graces, manner of dress, and attitudes. Symbolically, this adaptation reflects the union of individual willpower with group willpower. It is a powerful feeling to be in a group of people or a family with whom you feel spiritually, emotionally, and physically comfortable. Such a union empowers us and energetically enhances our personal power and our creative strength. And it continues as long as we make choices consonant with the groups we unite to create. At the same time, we have within us a relentless congenital desire to explore our own creative abilities, to develop our individual power and authority. This desire is the impetus behind our striving to become conscious. The universal human journey is one of becoming conscious of our power and how to use that power. Becoming conscious of the responsibility inherent in the power of choice represents the core of this journey. From an energy perspective, becoming conscious requires stamina. It is extremely challenging and often very painful to evaluate our own personal beliefs and separate ourselves from those that no longer support our growth. Change is the nature of life, and external and internal change is constant. When we change inwardly, we outgrow certain belief patterns and strengthen others. The first belief patterns that we challenge are tribal because our spiritual development follows the structure of our energy system. We clear out ideas from the bottom up, starting with the earliest and most basic. So I want to stop right there real quick. When I tell you all when we do meditation or any kind of energy clearing, and I try to tell you to release toxicity or negativity, that is what I'm referring to, because our root holds on to a lot of old beliefs, especially like self-limiting beliefs and things we no longer believe in through culture or religion or whatever. So it's important to remove the stuff we no longer connect with. Evaluating our beliefs in a spiritual and biological necessity. Our physical bodies, minds, and spirits are all require new ideas in order to thrive. Some tribes have very little awareness of the importance of exercise and healthy nutrition. For example, until a family member develops an illness, a new physical regimen and more appropriate diet may be prescribed for the ill person. As a result other family members will have an entirely different reality introduced into their minds and bodies concerning the need to make more responsible and conscious choices in their personal care, such as learning to appreciate the healing power of nutrition and exercise. Seen symbolically, our life crises tell us that we need to break free of beliefs that no longer serve our personal development. These points at which we choose to change or to stagnate are our greatest challenges. Every new crossroads means we enter into a new cycle of change, whether it be adopting a new health regimen or a new spiritual practice. And change inevitably means letting go of familiar people and places and moving on to another stage of life. Many of the people I encounter in my workshops are stuck between two worlds: the old world that they need to release and the new world that they are afraid to enter. We are attracted to becoming more conscious, but at the same time, we find it frightening because it means we must take personal responsibility for ourselves and for our health, career, attitudes, and thoughts. Once we accept personal responsibility for even one area of our lives, we can never again use tribal reasoning to excuse our behavior. So, this is a point in time where you become an individual thinker. You're the point where you are no longer a sheep. In tribal consciousness, personal responsibility does not exist in well defined terms. So it is much easier to avoid the consequences of personal choices in the tribal milieu. Tribal responsibility extends mainly to the physical areas of our lives, meaning individuals are accountable for their finances, social concerns, relationships, and occupations. The tribe does not require members to take control. No, the tribe does not require members to take personal responsibility for the attitudes they inherit. According to tribal reasoning, it is acceptable to excuse one's prejudices by saying, "Everyone in my family thinks this way." It is extremely difficult to give up the comfort zone that accompanies such excuses. Just think of how many times you have said, "Everyone does it, so why shouldn't I?" This dodge is the crudest form of the sacred truth, all is one, and it is commonly used to evade responsibility for all manner of immoral acts, from tax evasion to adultery to keeping the extra change from a sales clerk. Spiritually conscious adults, however, can no longer utilize tribal reasoning. Tax evasion becomes a deliberate act of theft. Adultery becomes a conscious breaking of a marriage vow, and keeping extra change becomes equal to stealing from the store. Often, one needs to examine one's attachments to tribal prejudices before healing and begin. A man called Gerald contacted me for a reading, saying that he was exhausted. As I scanned his energy, I received the impression that he had a malignant tumor in his colon. I asked him if he had been through any medical test. He hesitated for a moment, then said he had just been diagnosed with cancer of the colon. He said that he needed my help in order to come to believe he really could heal. Part of him was trying to unplug from his tribe's attitude about cancer, because everyone in his family who had ever developed cancer had died. Neither he nor his family believed cancer could be healed. He talked about a number of ways he could get assistance, such as the many therapies that help people develop a positive attitude through visualization. Most significantly, Gerald had already intuitively recognized that his energy connection to his tribal attitude was as serious a problem as a physical illness itself. In his healing process, Gerald enlisted therapeutic support to help him break free of his tribal belief patterns about cancer. He was willing to try every option open to him. So, I also want to talk about this last part, because even when you get into spiritual healing, changing your mindset, deprogramming, reprogramming, we also need to not forget, right? To especially when there's an illness present. Continue with modern medicine and therapy, such as energy healing and all that stuff, and use everything you can to try and combat and fight the illness and fight against it, and strengthen your energy, strengthen your frequency, strengthen your physical body through your mind as well. You got to tackle it in every single way you can. So I'm going to continue. I'm just going to read parts of this, especially the second part that's in detail, like very detailed about each energy center and how it affects us. You're welcome, Julie. Yolanda, let me get you a card before I jump off. Yolanda. Yolanda, there's a new path, this new thing you need to start, a new thing you need to get through. This being in reverse, to me, always feels like it means something's in the way. Like there's something keeping you from continuing this or doing this, learning this new thing, going on this new path, new adventure, new something coming your way. Sometimes you need to meet somebody to get to that point. Sometimes you need to um change course, change job, or do something different to get to this point. But there's like almost feeling like it's like a wall or something. Like there's something there that needs to just be moved out of the way. Try using daily. Okay, yeah, it feels like there's a wall in your way, like an actual like brick wall. Try and try and start like a routine of a morning prayer or morning affirmation, whatever you feel more comfortable with. In continually repetitively like a mantra saying um to remove all obstacles in your way. So I don't know if you have a routine or something where you're saying, um, I call forth all good things to come my way, and something about removing obstacles. It's very important to make it your own, like word it the way you feel comfortable in saying it and repeating it and making it a mantra. Write out like a little note that you sort of speak into existence every single day. I feel like whatever this blockage is, it's like a brick wall. This obstacle you need to take a wrecking ball and really like bash this wall to crumble it. It feels like a strong something. Try starting with that. Try starting with a mantra to really remove obstacles in your way because there's something there. I can't tell what it is. It just looks like a strong brick wall that you just need to really demolish. Because there's something good coming your way, a change, like a drastic change, a new path you need to take, but you need to knock down that wall first. Yeah, so include that. So in your morning routine, in your morning thing, include something about removing obstacles. Like seriously, it feels like you need to take like this giant wrecking ball and just bash it in there. Okay, so I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna upload this again if you want to hear the part about the book again or the cards or anything. So you can rewatch the past week or so. The rest of the root chakra from the book is gonna be on there as well. So you can go back in there and listen. I'm gonna do something where I chop up and edit the parts of the book. So all the books, what we read from the book is all on one video. So I'm going to do that this weekend, edit and kind of chop it up. I might do a couple videos just on my own as well, and maybe just read each chapter and put them up. You're welcome. So I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, rest of your Friday. Donna, are you in here? I hadn't seen you. I just saw this. I see that there's two people in here, but it only shows me one. That is so weird. But have a beautiful rest of your day. I will catch you tomorrow for those of you jumping in on the morning live. Have an awesome day.